Evoluzione. I'm still saying that wrong. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding down, bringing you that street geek and nerd soul. And what is up, my people? It's another issue of Respond React. And today, we're going to be talking about Armor issue number 1, given to me by my boy Marcel Dupree. So let's go on and get into it. Now, Armor in issue 1 is a story that happens in two fronts. You have a story in space and a story on Earth. In space, there is a story that's going on between two factions that want possession of this one item that is a weapon that could turn the tide of their war. On Earth, you have a young man that's kind of coming to grips with being the fish out of water as a new student in a high school where he kind of has some issues between him and his father, him and his sister, and it's not going exactly as planned. Now, up in space, the people that are fighting over this weapon, there are some good guys that we have to kind of follow, if you will. And those people take this weapon and in attempt to hide it, I guess, they end up going and heading for Earth. But unfortunately, they crash land on Earth. Now, at the same time, in the earthly story, we have the young man that's going to high school. He doesn't have the greatest first day at this high school. After a couple of mishaps, some altercations, he also ends up in this forest where the aliens have crash landed. And of course, they have the item with them. That is the weapon that the bad guys, of course, are looking for. Now, our young hero or young wandering teen ends up finding this crash landed ship, has a small exchange with the pilot, and ends up in possession of the weapon himself. Now, with this weapon, of course, he has no idea what to do with it, but the weapon or the container for this weapon actually ends up opening, and he meets what could be, I guess, a entity or a being that is inside. Now we flash back to space real quick, where we see the people in pursuit saying that Earth is definitely under protection of someone else that might be a headache, and they should not go to Earth because it is a no-no zone due to some kind of spacely or galaxy or universal treaty. But anyway, the bad guys forge ahead and decide to go to Earth anyway. And when you see that, you see a new big bad come into play, and we are cut off with a to be continued. Now, I will say, though this is fast paced, I got into it. And I'm gonna tell you where I get into it. There's two fronts. The space front, I'll be honest, really wasn't that interesting to me. The space front was kind of like your basic two sides kind of fighting over this MacGuffin that saves or kills everybody. But what really grabbed me was, as far as the story is concerned, is what was going on Earth. I was really able to kind of relate to this kid, relate to his life, relate to his family, and his first day of school as well. It was something that was really, I guess, just comfy, I guess you could say. You start to read it and you're like, oh, okay, cool. I can get behind this kid. I can understand this kid. As opposed to space, where it's like we didn't really get a chance to even understand these characters or know these characters or really even care about these characters. Not to say that they're not going to be interesting in issues coming forward later. Now, moving on to the art, I was impressed. I love the art on this. That really grabs me. This is definitely my style of art. It has a animated quality, a almost anime quality to some respects, and it's colored extremely well. I mean, this book is put together in some top quality fashion, from the way the lighting is handled, the way the effects are handled, the way just the normal shading is handled as well. And the action is definitely posed well and framed well. So all in all, I'll say that I am interested in definitely seeing what happens in issue 2. Issue number 1, of course, with the space stuff, a lot of it seemed rushed, and they were trying to, it seemed like it was just trying to get it out the way so we could get to Earth. But once we got to Earth, the story slowed down. You got a chance to meet the characters and learn the characters, and I really enjoyed it, man. So this is something that I definitely think is worth picking up. It's definitely worth taking a peek at and checking out. So Armor, issue number 1 from Evoluzione Publishing. I definitely recommend you check it out if you're into space, if you're into situations where you have kind of like a first contact kind of feel, also with some action in it, because there's definitely some decent fight scenes in here. I'd say it's worth it. We got some great character design. I'd say definitely pick it up. Keep your eye out for this. Armor number 1, Evoluzione Publishing. It's definitely dope. Keep your eye out for it. And of course, don't forget, once y'all read it, jump down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all thought. What did y'all think about the characters? What did you think about the school plot? What did you think about space? Anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. Before I get out of here, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And never forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.